Hey, Libra, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your December 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Libra, what is going on for you in the month of December? Well, you are showing up right off the bat, Queen of Swords energy. Now, I am getting a message here around something that you thought was delayed or it's taken a long time to come to fruition is showing up right on time. So it wouldn't surprise me if one of these cards is the Temperance, or we do see the Temperance in your reading today, because I feel like there may have been a sense of delayed gratification, or there may have been something inside you that felt like, when is this going to change? When am I going to have a new beginning? Or when am I going to have that breakthrough? It is showing up right on time is what I keep hearing for you. And your outcome energy is the Ace of Wands. Beautiful, because aces are gifts. Aces are opportunities. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles here. We have the Moon. There's the Empress. You're showing up twice. And there is the Empath. Beautiful. The Empath is a bonus major arcana, which we'll talk about here in a moment. And perhaps some of you, I'm getting that strong Temperance because it is Sagittarian energy, and for the majority of December we'll be in Sag season, and I feel like that's the timing. That's the timing of this Ace of Wands, this gift, this opportunity showing up. And I'm also getting investments in self. So self-investments, you've been doing a lot of soul searching. You've been doing a lot of reflection. And I feel like you've come out of the word I'm getting, and this is interesting, I don't use this word often, but the word is nasty, right? Nasty period of your life. So perhaps some of you went through a nasty divorce, breakup, or illness even. Something was difficult for you to come back from, but I feel like you're here, you're doing it. You have the detox card as one of your key themes. So this tells me that you've been really focusing on your health, Libra, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And I feel a lot of you are withdrawing, or you've been withdrawn from maybe people or situations. You may have been doing a little bit of hermiting, Libra. And I feel like you had to go through that cleanse. It's like you had to cleanse your energy. You had to cleanse your palate before you could get a taste of something new. And I see that's what's happening here. And you're releasing the old, because you've sat in it for quite some time with that Temperance that's showing up in my mind's eye. And I feel like you're attracting something new into your world. So this is beautiful. Law of attraction is your next key theme for the month of December. So you have some new ideas. You have some new developments. You could be investing in a new course of study. You could be creating something new for you, Libra, because you also have authenticity as one of your key themes out here. So your authenticity is shining through. And we have the Thread as your archetype. So let's dive into your reading now that all your cards are out here. Your first themed card out is Detox, eliminating toxicity. You may have even thought about cleaning up your diet. Okay, now some of you are like, Mel, I'm not doing that till after the holidays, and that's fine, but I feel like you're being mindful. I feel like you are not overindulging, and perhaps you're having a little more self-discipline this month, and I feel like you have grown, Libra. You've come so far on your path, so far on your journey, where you have become that Libra that feels more comfortable in your skin, right? That's why you have authenticity here. You're very unique in your own way, just like the fingerprints. Fingerprints, there is no one fingerprint that is the same. And I feel like you could be leaving your stamp on on something here, whether it's the stamp on your business or in a relationship dynamic, or, you know, it almost feels like there's a part of you or a piece of you that will forever leave an imprint. And this can be legacy as well. Maybe you're thinking about your legacy. You're thinking about, you know, your long-term future, long-term goals. But Libra, you're comfortable in your own skin. And I also see some sort of skin issue clearing up. If you have had a skin issue, this could be a rash. This could be, you know, maybe looking at yourself in the mirror, and instead of seeing wrinkles, or instead of seeing gray hairs or cellulite or stretch marks or whatever it is that we tend to be critical and judgmental towards, I feel like you're looking at yourself through a new lens. And this lens is of self-love. And you're saying, you know, those things aren't favorable, but they're me, and I'm going to love them anyway, and I'm going to love them even harder. So kudos to you, Libra, for really focusing on the self here and taking care of what needs to be taken care of, instead of, you know, pushing it under the rug, which sometimes, Libra, and I'm a Libra too, sometimes, you know, it's always showing up, but we don't prioritize it until we really need to, because we want to keep the balance. And if we look at something closer, it can, you know, throw up those scales. But I feel the Queen of Swords showing up is saying, wait a second, if this needs to get addressed, I'm addressing it. There's no holding back. And because I see the Empress here, this is extreme self-care. It's extreme love. And the Empress is also your energy of fertility and creativity. You are birthing a new cycle. You're on the cusp of a new era is what I'm getting here for you, Libra. And you're nurturing and loving yourself and those around you. You could be a mother. You could be healing some mother wounds, some mother dynamics or patterns. Some of you could be becoming a mother. And maybe that's why you're closely looking at your diet. And I also see something here when it comes to health. This may have to do with the sacral chakra, which is 2 inches below the belly button. That can be our reproductive system for both men and women. It can be the prostate. It can be our pleasure zone, our seat of creativity. It can be how we relate to others, including ourselves. So there may have been some sacral chakra healing that needed to take place for you, Libra, in the past. And sometimes that region can really be wounded if we've been in dynamics with partners who've really been detrimental in some way. Detrimental meaning there may have been abuse, or there may have been some sort of toxicity, but you're eliminating that from your body. And I also see some of you could be going on a cleanse. Maybe you are going on a juice diet, or you are fasting. Okay, or you're trying to get more nutrients, more vitamins into the body. I'm getting a push of vitamin C. So this is like a blast of vitamin C to the body. So maybe some of you, it has to do with immunity as well. But I love that this card is showing up, because it means that you're clearing the palate, right? And you're attracting something that feels a lot healthier, a lot healthier. Maybe this is healthier energy, right? Or it feels healthier in your relationships, or it could be a healthier project. It just feels like you're not dealing with crap. You're not dealing with feeling weighed down, feeling heavy, feeling burdened. And that's what the Queen of Swords and the Empress combined are all about, right? Moving forward, you know, nurturing and watering your garden, but birthing a new cycle. And so I see you're highly magnetic at this time, but you're also highly empathic. And you could be picking up on other people's stuff. So just be mindful of boundaries. Be mindful of protection and knowing when something is yours and when something is someone else's, because you don't want to blend the two and take on other people's stuff. You can still be a healer, Libra, without taking on their stuff. Now, the law of attraction is showing up. And it feels like something is coming in hot, because they're showing me a shooting star. So there could be some sort of manifestation that takes place and you're like, whoa, this came in quick. Am I really ready for this? Do I really have what it takes? And the answer is yes, you are an Empress. So what is it that you are manifesting? The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a new beginning. It's ideas, it's passion, it's desires, it's inspiration. It is a new sense of purpose. It is the seed of conception. And like I said, with that Empress energy, there is the potential of birthing a new cycle into being here. And your positive mindset is helping you manifest this. Your magnetic, vibrant frequency is helping you pull this in, because you are that which you attract. And I feel because you've done a lot of self-investment, a lot of work on you, Libra, this is something that you are worthy of, and it's something that you're deserving of. Excuse me, but I feel like it's coming in quick. Now, and that's interesting because you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is not the quickest knight in the deck, right? He is actually the slowest, but it almost feels like you don't see this coming with the Moon, because you may be expecting something to be slow, right? Slow rider. I feel like it comes in actually quite quick for you. But let's take a look. What else do we have? Authenticity. This is about your unique vision. And we actually see the telescope in the law of attraction. So it's through the lens in which you view the world. That's what the law of attraction can be about as well, right? It's how we see things. Because if you're always looking for the worst, if you're always looking for a catastrophe or always looking for the bad, you're going to find it, because that's where your focus is at, Libra. But if you are focused on expansion, if you are focused on growth and focused on doing your own thing, that's when something shows up out of the blue. But for some of you, it feels like it's been a long time coming, or it feels like, Mel, that's never going to happen. Here I am now, an old man or an old woman, even though you may be like 35 years old. I feel like some of you have been waiting a long time for something. And when it does come, it kind of takes you by surprise. But authenticity is saying this is the vision. And even though it's taken a little bit of time to manifest, it is right on time. Bottom of the deck, we have, Libra, the great outdoors. If you are a nature lover like I am, this could be a really good time to travel, to get outside, to tend to your plants if you're a green thumb. This can also be, going out into wide open spaces and grounding, right? Grounding your energy this month, because some of you, it's been it's been a moment since you've been outside, or perhaps this is part of your spiritual routine. And I do feel like you've been in a sense of solitude. Maybe some of you have been hiking more, or you've been called to unplug. You've been called to unplug, maybe from social media, or unplug from society in a sense. So maybe this thing that comes in hot for you, okay, it's coming in like a shooting star. It feels like you're able to see it because you've been unplugged from the noise. And just like her, she's out in the great outdoors on her kayak there. It feels like when you're in that space, you're able to see the shooting stars more visibly, right? And I'm not talking just, your physical space, right? Which it could be. Some of you are expanding your actual space. You could be going to a place where the stars are bright. You could be looking up. That could even be a sign for you in December that something is coming your way. If you look up and see a shooting star, expect some sort of offer, invitation, or gift within maybe 24 to 48 hours, okay? Because I feel like there is expansion here. And you have spiritual toolbox right behind it. Some of you are healers. You are spiritual seekers. You could be tarot readers, oracle cards. This talks about meditation, runes, sage, pendulums. And I feel like you're reaching into your toolbox this month, and you are working with the spiritual energy. Some of you, this expansion has to do with your spiritual gifts. Yeah. And it may feel like you need a clean palette to be able to open up, to fully listen to your intuition. to not feel heavy. Some of you may be cutting out meat, or maybe you're vegan or you're vegetarian here. I feel that for some of you. For others of you, I feel like you are cutting out like alcohols, sugars, or caffeine. You may also find out this month that there's something your body can no longer digest, or no longer, it just doesn't sit well with you. It no longer is helpful. Maybe it never was, but I feel like you're seeing physical evidence that something is not good for you. And whatever that is, you are aware, you're privy to it. You're going to have this sense of awareness around it, and you're going to nurture it and take care of it. You're going to say, okay, I'm taking in this assignment. I understand the assignment, and I am going to get an A on it because I'm going to put in the effort. I'm going to put in the energy, and I'm going to do what it takes to get a good grade on this. All right, let's look at the tarot. Starting off strong with the Queen of Swords. I love this Queen of Swords. She has red hair. She is fiery, but she's also a no BSer, right? She's intellectual. She's assertive. She's a creative thinker. And sometimes she's known to lack empathy, or she can be a little cold or aloof, but not you here, Libra, at least not right now, because you're showing up with the empath right next to her and the Empress. So this tells me that you're using your logic, right? And that's a big thing with air signs, is using your logical mind to help you work through your feelings, to help you set those clear boundaries, to help you not take on other people's stuff. So really, you're using your head to lead with your heart. And that is a spiritual tool, right? That you have. That is part of your gift, is to be able to use that brilliant mind of yours to move forward and lead with love, right? You're ruled by Venus, which we see in the Empress here. And I feel like you and possibly a mother are coming together. You could be a mother. This may have to do with a mother and a child. For others of you, I feel like you're moving out of the Queen of Swords energy more so, and you're really stepping into this Empress. And the Empress has the empath again next to her. Right between these two, we have the empath. So it almost feels to me, Libra, like your empathic skills are widening. They're expanding with the great outdoors. You may be feeling it all. And maybe that takes you by surprise, because maybe you've been a Queen of Swords in the past and you're like, yeah, I can be a healer, but I'm not taking on other people's stuff. But I feel like there's some gift, there's a spiritual or a healing gift within you that is opening up, and you may feel a lot. Okay, male or female does not matter. This is the divine feminine energy within all of us that is really being showcased at this time. So you're receiving something, because the Empress is about receiving, and it's about bringing it in, nurturing it. It's the creation. It is the seed. It is the implantation, right? Where that Emperor is the action, is the giving, the making it happen, right? And I feel like the empath here, which is a bonus major arcana, it's about compassion. It is about understanding. And it's about non-judgment. Some of you are prioritizing yourself and emotional well-being. And that may be what's going on here, maybe with your health, okay? Because some of you have taken on something heavy in the past, but that's what you've been working on is you. I also feel you may feel at times emotionally exhausted, but you're setting healthy boundaries and you're learning a lesson. And the lesson here is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. For those of you that are healers out there with the spiritual toolbox, whether you are in the medical field, whether you are a nurse, or whether you are a coach, a psychologist, right? Whatever field it is, if you help others, if you assist others, you can take on their stuff, you can set boundaries without taking on their stuff, but there's something personally that maybe you got attached to, Libra, and maybe it really kind of sat with you for a while. Like, why couldn't I fix that? Or why couldn't I have done more? But I feel like you're letting it go here. You're releasing it. And there is, again, the birth of a new cycle coming in. And you're releasing a sense of control. Now we have the moon with the Knight of Pentacles. When the moon shows up, this is Pisces energy around intuition. There's fear that may be exposed around you, around the world, around people you work with, and even within yourself that has held you back or delayed your happiness in some way. But because I see you stepping outside of that fear, because I feel like you're setting boundaries, I feel like you're able to see something here in a new light. You're able to move through the shadows. You're able to allow that subconscious piece to come up. Some of you are dreaming. Pay attention to your dreams. There's a lot of messages that are showing up through your dream state. And I feel with the Knight of Pentacles, you've had to be resourceful and patient. Maybe that is part of that temperance energy I was picking up on, where you've grown. And for some of you, this has taken years, because the Knight of Pentacles, the Pentacle realm, is years. So it may feel like some sort of stuck energy was taking place over, maybe the course of the year, maybe course of the last 5 years, 15 years. I mean, take it as it resonates. But what you don't see coming is that shooting star that leads you right here to this Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is one of my favorite aces because it is spiritually forced in a sense. It's not forced. I mean, nothing is ever forced, but it's a force that is behind this. And this is Glinda's wand, right? In the Wizard of Oz, Glinda has that beautiful wand and she waves that, and there's nothing that she cannot manifest from that wand. So you may be discovering in the month of December, I almost said October. Okay, maybe there was something about October. Maybe, yes, some of you are born in October. But it almost feels here, Libra, that you're discovering that you are now holding this magic wand. And you're like, whoa, wish upon a star. What do I want? What do I truly want for myself? Does this fulfill me? Does this make me happy? And I feel like you got a wish coming in here. And this Ace of Wands is the potential. You are very artistic. You're very creative. This is a new sense of purpose. This is a new feeling of inspiration and desire and ideas. And it is the birth of a new beginning. And I feel like you're going to look down and you're going to realize, wow, I'm holding this wand. What do I do with it? It almost feels like there is a feeling of, is this real? Is this really happening? And I feel like it is. I feel like it is. All right, let's look at career, finances, money, wealth, and abundance. All right, Libra. First off, you have the settling card. The settling card says your soul is telling you that it's time for a change, that you're settling, right? It says, allow yourself the time and space to evolve and find your true path. That temperance energy is Sag vibes. And I said this new path is showing up for you now during Sagittarian season. And this says here, if you're in a state of avoidance, it's because the action needed is too hard. And I feel like you've been sitting in something with that Knight of Pentacles, maybe pausing, maybe delaying, maybe subconsciously delaying because you kept telling yourself, I'm not ready. It's not time. Or maybe it feels like the universe has been blocking you from something. Okay. But I see here, you're not doing this anymore. It's coming out of this settling, and your intuition is striking while the iron is hot. And Sag is big, bold vibe. It is literally the great outdoors. It's expansion. It's the gypsy soul. It is, thinking big, dreaming big. And I feel like that's what you've been doing. And this is the time where you are actioning something up. Now, your next 3 cards, you have Gaia. There's the earth energy. Some of you may have strong earth placements, or you're really being called to get out in nature, get out in Mother Earth. It says, trust that the universe has a better plan than you do, Libra. protecting the planet. Maybe you work with herbs, working with nature in some way. Maybe it's getting back to eating healthy, eating foods that are grown from Mother Earth. Spend time with nature to be healed, soothe, and to regroup. And that was that great outdoors energy that we seen earlier. Next you have frame, but it's interesting because I seen fame, right? It's like the R was removed. And for some of you, this could be about being in the spotlight. For others of you, you could be showcasing your talent, being seen. This could be you, taking care of and nurturing others, but you're getting some sort of accolades here. Now there's a steady income coming in for you. This is about organization skills, accomplishments. It's also about home. The home could be changing up a bit, or perhaps you work from home, Libra. You could be self-employed. I'm also seeing here you're very creative this month, artsy. You have the art and design. Perhaps you're an interior designer or decorator. Some of you design faces. That's what I'm getting. So maybe you do makeup, maybe you do hair or eyebrows. I mean, that beautiful Venusian energy that rules Libra, right, can be all about art and beauty and travel and nature. And I feel like there is an accomplishment here in your career by really dipping into what you love, dipping into what you enjoy and what truly fulfills you. So if you are settling, Libra, now is the time to realize that you are in fact holding Glinda's wand, right? That you are, not Glinda's wand per se, but Libra's wand. You have this wand that you're able to use when you need it. And just like Glinda, she uses the wand to put on the ruby red slippers, give Dorothy those slippers, right? I feel like there's a superpower that you are tapping into. It feels like you could be actioning something up, but first you must see it, right? You must envision it. And that's why you have the law of attraction here, because this is about your unique vision. And then you're able to see something here because your intuition is guiding you towards this. And then you're able to, use that magic wand to accept this offering. This final card here in your career is an offering, and it says the universe will meet all your needs. Consider having a money altar, calling upon your spirit guides and your angels to assist you at this time. There could be something here with savings, okay? Be mindful of savings or your spending. Try not to go overboard. Some of you are trying to consolidate debt. You could be saving up for a home or saving up for retirement. I'm getting with the piggy bank here, it feels like there's been maybe slow progress but steady, or there could be an opportunity with the Ace of Wands for you to add more to your savings. Even if it starts out small, I feel over time this has the potential to really grow into something lucrative and something quite abundant. You're not going to realize, because we don't always realize what we save when we're starting small. But when we look back a year later, 5 years later, 20 years later, we're like, whoa, it did add up. It did amount to something. So yeah, definitely looking at some long-term goals. Now, I also see with the frame, some of you could be getting like a master's degree or a bachelor's degree, associates, or maybe you're going back to an online course that maybe fell off the wayside. Maybe you're getting a certification or yoga training or Reiki. It just feels like you're going to receive some sort of certification or some sort of knowledge or accolades here with the frame. Excuse me. All right. Let's take a look at love, Libra. What do we have for love, relationships, family dynamics, friendships, parents, children? Let's look at it all. Ooh, okay, Libra. Well, first of all, some of you have dealt with a snake, someone who maybe had another person, another individual. It feels like you may have been, or maybe you are in a situation where there's competition, and it feels exhausting because it's taking a lot of your energy. And you're constantly looking over your shoulder, or you're wondering, do they have someone else? Or, when's the shoe going to drop? And I feel like that is, for a lot of you, this is a place where you've been, and that may be part of the healing that you've been doing on yourself ever since this snake energy may have exited your life. And for others of you, if you know that someone is acting shady or being sneaky, I feel like you are going to eliminate them from your life with the detox card. It's time. I also feel like you are shedding an old skin. There's something here about shedding an old skin and entering into, again, that new cycle with the Empress. It's like you're giving birth to a new Libra, giving birth to a new version of yourself. And this version is unique. This version is authentic. This version is genuine and honest and empathic and loving and kind. But perhaps you had to sit in this Queen of Swords, maybe even Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse can be bossy, manipulative, cold. She can cut you off, right? She can sometimes even be wishy-washy. But I feel like you're coming back from really working on yourself in, again, a very profound way, because look at what you have next. You have Ascension. This is learning and expansion. It's transcending through, I'm getting like time and space, even though it feels like it's taken a whole lot of time, Libra. You have arrived. Prepare for union. You're entering into a new phase. And for those of you that have been single, you're definitely opening your heart up, because the Ace of Wands is saying, all right, I'm ready. I've done some of the healing work, a lot of it, right? I have worked through some of my own struggles, my own shadows, my own wounds. And I feel like you're ready to put yourself back out there. And you could certainly be meeting new love this month. This is about setting a date. Some of you could be dating online. And for others of you, if you are married, if you are in a relationship currently, you could be reminiscing, right? Spending time together over the holidays and learning from the past. But that has helped the two of you grow. That has helped the two of you get where you are today. And I feel like a perception is shifting here. And you want to make some new memories. You could be having some very deep intellectual talks with your partner, with your spouse. This could be a really good month to remember why you fell in love in the first place with the camera here. You could be spending time with family and you realize that your partner is your best friend, right? Your partner is someone that you want to ride life's highs and lows with. Now, I see also for those of you who are wanting a family, or perhaps this could be a month where you hear news that you're going to be a grandmother, or you're going to, introduce new family. Maybe someone is getting married or announces an engagement. Okay. I also see here you're picking up and feeling on someone's energy around you. It could even be someone who could be older. Okay, you may be picking up, some of you are mediums, some of you are psychics, or you're able to pick up, maybe you're a psychic medium, you can pick up on the energy of loved ones. And I feel like there is a loved one who has crossed over, a parent or a grandparent potentially, maybe even a spouse if you're widowed. I feel like that shooting star that I mentioned earlier could be a message from them. Okay, or could be a sign or a symbol from them as well. So beautiful. So definitely an opportunity for new love coming in, and for you to not let the fears sabotage, right? Not to let the unknown deter you from this really beautiful new cycle, Libra, that I see coming in for you. And look at, as we say that, you have, am I letting fear stop me? Are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable. But it's up to you to see that by taking action. Today's soul action: be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero, so that is who you will become. Beautiful. Yeah, you're in need of that hero, and that's who you're going to become. You have here, are you focused on what you are losing or gaining? Now remember, we talk about the law of attraction and we talk about the lens in which you view the world. So this is very, very important here. Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Today's soul action, make a list of all the things that you will gain from the change you are going through. Feel your heart, take a breath, and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming. Yes, they are. And lastly, Libra, from the Soul's Truth deck, we have, what am I looking for outside myself that is already within me? Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It's time to go inward to find everything you seek. All the answers you need, Libra, lie within you. Today's soul action, breathe in your favorite essential oil. And this is so interesting because Virgo received this same message, and the same oil that's coming up in their reading is coming up, and the oil is blue lotus. So perhaps you have a connection to blue lotus. Maybe that resonates in some way, but that is showing up here for you. Maybe you're a Virgo cusper, or you could be meeting a Virgo. It says, breathe deeply into your belly, drop your shoulders, and spend some time hanging out with your soul today. Ask for what you need and be ready for the answers. Yeah, because there is going to be some sort of answers coming in for you. And I really get the feeling here with the detox, you're going to choose a healthier option that is really going to leave you feeling uplifted. It's going to feel inspirational. And last but not least, Libra, you have the thread as your archetype. This is one of my favorite decks, the Wild Unknown. For those of you that are interested in any of the cards used in your reading, you can find everything in the description box below. This is the path. It's the vein. It's the circuit. Life is a tangle. So much happens simultaneously and circuitously, leaving us grappling for meaning and direction in a network of distractions. When we connect to the energy of the thread, however, we strike the deepest vein in the body. Our whole being responds to its tug. Meaning is pumped through our bloodstream. Our mind and spirits are lifted. We remember who we are and what we came into this world to do. Though this happens on the most profound level, it could be the simplest incident that activates the thread. A song, an image, a conversation heard in passing. No matter how confusing and multi-layered our modern lives become, if we are connected to this thread, we are free. Being tethered to it is the only anchor our heart requires. You may think that you have to find the thread and pull it. Imagine, though, that it's already tied around you, waiting for you to follow it home. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have goosebumps. That's the wand. We've been talking about you holding the wand, right? And we said earlier, you're going to look down and realize that you've been holding it all along, and that you have the ability to manifest something quite beautiful in your world. And that's what the thread is reminding you. That's what all of this is bringing in, right? What are you looking for outside of yourself? This is already within you, Libra. It says here, recall a moment in your life when you felt fully alive. The thread is waiting for you amid the details of that memory. For those of you Librans who would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway where I pull one winner around the first of the month, I want you to drop in the comment section below a moment in your life when you felt fully alive. I want you to activate that energy. And not only just remember it, but I want you to action it up by dropping it in the comment section below, because that is going to reactivate that memory, that thread, just like it says here. So again, recall a moment in your life when you felt fully alive. The thread is waiting for you amid the details of that memory. Now, when this is showing up as the light version, it's the circuit of meaning within the chaos. And we said earlier, right? You can take on being a healer, being a light worker, being, on your path and your journey, but you don't have to take on other people's stuff that weigh you down, that hold you back. And this includes your own limiting beliefs, your own conditioning, Libra. And that's why boundaries is so significant here for you. But I see you have them, because the Queen of Swords, she's all about boundaries. You see the chess game in the background, and there's clear rules. There's clear rules when it comes to playing the game of chess. And I feel like, Libra has a gift. So many times Libran energy can come off as wishy-washy. I don't feel that, right? For myself as being a Libra, I don't feel that. I feel like people may get impatient with the Knight of Pentacles energy. People get impatient because Libra likes to weigh out all sides, because they want to choose the option that's going to be in the highest good. Therefore, they're not impulsive. They're not going to just rush into things. They like to see all the data, all the evidence, right? And logically roll it around. And it doesn't mean one is being wishy-washy, right? I feel like it means that you're being smart, you're being intelligent about the choices that you make moving forward in your life, Libra. So there may have been, or may be, some boundaries that need strengthened. And I feel like you're getting to a place where it feels like your heart is imploding in a way. Your heart is overflowing here with love and with emotion. And allow that, but make sure you're not taking on other people's stuff. Okay, now when this is showing up as the dark side, it can be binding. It can be frustrating. It can be tout. Okay, so binding, when we feel like we're caught up in a cycle that we just can't get out of. It's that devil energy. Now, I'm not seeing any of that here for you. If anything, I feel like that's a past energy that you've removed yourself from. Excuse me, but I definitely feel like you are remembering, right? You're remembering that this thread is already tied around you, and I feel like you're about to follow it back home. That is what I have for you, Libra. I hope that was helpful. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and do drop that memory in the comment section below to be entered into that free reading giveaway. Lots of love.